Hi, this is Rachel Hastings. I'm with the Center for Great Neighborhoods of Covington. We are one of the partners in the Kenton County Plan4Health initiative.
Hi, this is Kate Essery, also from the Center for Great Neighborhoods, joining in on this webinar as well.
One of the key components of our Kenton County Plan4Health Coalition's work is our Healthy Corner Store initiative. This is a new initiative for us, and so we learned a lot of lessons along the way that we'd like to share with you today. Next slide, please. I'll start out. When we originally planned this, we thought we would talk to the store owners. These are independently owned corner stores in Covington, Kentucky, which is in the greater Cincinnati area. We would visit the stores and then hand them what turned out to be a fairly lengthy program guidebook. We had a two-stage application. One was a relatively straightforward preliminary application, and the second one was an in-depth survey with a lot of questions that really helped us give information about how the store owner was able to track what they were selling, what they sold, and so forth. And then once we had a commitment from the store owner, we would get a signed memorandum of understanding with them about what we were going to, equipment we were going to furnish for the stores, and how we were going to help with programming, as well as what their commitment was to make their store, a Healthy Corner Store, sustainable in the long term.
Next slide. After going through that recruitment process for about a month, we decided to assess and adapt our process. So we noticed that once we were dropping off the program guide to various stores, we weren't getting a lot of answer or interest. So we decided to try a new approach that was less formal, and we went to the stores with an introduction, and we summarized the lengthy guide into one page of what the program was about. After that, we returned to the stores for a follow-up, filled out the application with them, and then proceeded to have an informal discussion that really encompassed all of the questions that were on the form application, but just a more friendly approach. We also changed the MOU to a partnership agreement. Next slide.
So next we're going to share some of the actual materials that we developed, and these are the adapted materials we used once we got some feedback from the corner store owners. Next slide.
The first page that we left them with is this guide, 9-page project guidebook, which included eligibility, rules and regulations, projects ideas, contact information, and just an abundance of information. Next slide. Then we simplified that for our second approach, and we kept it to 2 pages front and back. As you can see in the slide, it's a much friendlier approach. It really gets down to the broad strokes. Anything else?
I think one thing that's important is that many of our corner store owners, English is not their first language, so we realized pretty quickly on that a lot of, 9-page guidebook with a lot of text is probably not the most friendly way to get folks excited about a new program. So that's one of the reasons why we really simplified things a lot as we went down the road. Next slide, please.
As for the application, what was previously 2 applications, we combined them into one application that was much more informal and more of a conversation-based application approach. Next slide. Our last change was to adapt from an MOU to a partnership agreement. We took out all of those whereas and thereon, and really made it something a lot more friendly and a true 50-50 partnership between the Center for Great Neighborhoods and the corner stores.
So I guess the overall lessons learned were simplify, rather than leaving a lot long applications with the store owners, sitting down, our staff would sit down with them and work with them on it directly. And just be informal at the same time, making sure that folks understand that there is a program here that we want to see implemented, that we are partnering on together versus giving them a bunch of demands. So if you have any further questions, our contact information is on this page. Thanks.